Hi guys, and welcome to another batch of your replays, and today we are going Chinese light tanks with the WZ-131, the Tier 7, and we're going to have a second game in the WZ-132, the Tier 8. Both games were submitted by Dreadshells. In fact, when I picked out replays for today's replays, I was planning to do light tanks. I picked out 8 light tank replays, and 4 of them were by Dreadshells. Dreadshells sends me in a lot of light tank replays. He's a very, very good player. He plays his light tanks really, really well. I love light tanks, but even I'm learning from watching Dreadshells play his light tanks. And I said, you know what? No, I've picked out so many replays from Dreadshells. I'm just going to give him his own video because he deserves it. These games are fantastic. So this is 2 replays from Dreadshells today. Now, just on a side note, I'm receiving so many replays. I've got such a big backlog. And I just want to remind you folks at home that I receive probably between 10 and 15 replays a day. And I can only record 6 a week. So I'm basically receiving close to 100 replays a week at the moment, and I can only feature 6. So it has gotten to the stage where it is complete and utter luck whether or not you appear on the replays. And or in the Dreadshells case, spamming me with so many fantastic games that I can't help but pick some of them out. So you're getting your own video today, Dreadshells, but I'm going to try and leave it a while before featuring you on the channel again, even though you've got some absolutely amazing games in there. But I really, really want to get some other people up here as well. But yeah, it's complete and utter luck as to whether or not you're going to be appearing on your replays. It's a shame. I suppose it's because the channel is growing. There was once upon a time I was able to sit down and watch maybe 3, 4, 5 replays while having breakfast, and that was my replay quota for the day. But now it's, if I just watch all the replays that someone sends in on one particular day, it's going to take me 2 or 3 hours, and it's not going to mean I can stream. It's not going to mean I can make videos. So really, I'm receiving so many replays at the moment, I really don't know what to do. Some of you guys have been waiting patiently for months and months and months to appear on the channel, and you've got great games, and I just haven't seen them yet, simply because I've got so many. I really don't know how to fix that. I'm going to have to think about it, but yeah, maybe if you've got suggestions down below, maybe I should limit it to 1 replay per person a month or something. I really don't know how that would be enforceable, but so many replays. Okay, anyway, let's just get back to this. We are here on Himmelsdorf, and Dreadshells is in a Tier 7 light tank in a Tier 8 game, so it's a very, very good matchup. Let's just kick off here. Sorry, when I start talking, I start rambling. It's very, very hard for me to stop. But you guys should see the size of my replays folder. It probably, I don't know, last count I had probably close to 1,000, and that's even before checking or downloading the replays people have submitted in the last month. So many. Anyway, it looks as if, as per usual, I haven't seen these games. I've just looked at the end score results, and Dreadshells is going to be working the G line, shooting up at the hill. This is a very, very strong position on Himmelsdorf, which isn't a fantastic map for light tanks, but there are opportunities. Okay, he's not going to be shooting at the hill. There are no targets. Okay, goes for a nice shot on an enemy scout who looks as if he's almost suicide scouting. And unfortunate to miss that second shot. Now, what gun? Dreadshells is using, I don't know, it's been a long time since I've played this tank. I don't think this is the final gun. 85mm, 159mm of penetration, 200 alpha damage, and a very, very nice rate of fire of 4.8 seconds. So this is why this position is so good for a light tank. Combined with its camo rating and a good camo crew, when the enemy team advance aggressively around the church on Himmelsdorf, you can just open up here. Dreadshells is already on 1,000 damage. A little bit unfortunate to miss that shot, but look at all these potential targets. Goes for the Indian Panzer, hits the IS. Well, there are so many tanks up there, it's very hard to miss them. Nice kill on a low health T-29. He did get spotted, don't know what spotted him, but he's continuing to go to work here, and these tanks on the hill are just ignoring him. And if you ignore a tank down in this position, you're going to pay the price. Again, another unfortunate shot. So if you're wondering about the color scheme, this is because it's a 9.3 replay. In fact, both replays today are 9.3. I'm recording 8 of your replays this week, and all of them are from 9.3. I'm so backlogged. So the color scheme is a little bit messed up, but Dreadshells is on 2k damage. He does get spotted by that Easy 8 moving down the 8 line. Now there's no one between that Easy 8 and RT, so that's some really, really good awareness, map awareness. Dreadshells is moving in to intercept the Easy 8. He's going to protect his RT. And the speed, even though he's up against a medium tank, he's able to get behind, circle him to death, while this Easy 8 is still trying to turn his turret around to hit him. Really, really nice play, Dreadshells. So in case you haven't been paying attention, Dreadshells is up to 4 kills, 2,500 damage in a light tank on Himmelsdorf. Now, as much as I curse Himmelsdorf whenever I get it and I'm in a light tank, Dreadshells is showing you that there are opportunities, and again, really, really nice map awareness. Little unfortunate, maybe that was server reticule, but noticed a T-29 moving across the middle of the map, and gets a couple of very, very nice shots into him. He's still got shots, but that's a bounce. He was actually shooting through windows. Couldn't see an outline there, but that sometimes happens with older replays. So that takes Dreadshells up to 2.8k damage. T-29 goes down. Only 2, and no, never mind that. Only 1 enemy tank left. RT. Dreadshells is going hunting. 4 kills, almost 3k damage. Really, really nice result. Unfortunately, not going to get a Top Gun out of this game. Only 1 enemy tank left. And Dreadshells has a feeling, even though he hasn't been spotted, that he's up in the corner. And yes, he is. Okay, so 1 shot in, no one else is... Oh, Bulldog is in a position to take it, but... Oh, Dreadshells gets the kill, finishes up with 5 kills, 3.2k damage. So a really, really nice game on Himmelsdorf, a map that isn't known as being kind to light tanks, but Dreadshells did really, really well there. He picked up an ace tanker. He also picked up a high caliber as a light tank. Very, very nice game. He finished top on XP with 1359, 3,229 damage, 5 kills. Fired 24, hit 19, and penned 18. And I can't remember, but I don't know whether or not that's the final gun on the tank. I don't think it looks like the final gun, but really, really nice gun. 2 enemy tanks spotted, 8 damaged, 5 destroyed. So he wasn't scouting, but then again, it's Himmelsdorf. Very, very difficult map to scout on. He was pretty much playing it like a medium and damage dealing, and that's what you need to do on Himmelsdorf when you're in a light tank. He earned 48,000 credits with a premium account, 2,000 XP on that first game of the day times 2. Left him on 4,000 XP. A really, really nice game. Moving on, this time Dreadshells is in the WZ-132, the Tier 8 Chinese light tank, and he's found himself on Serene Coast in a 51%er. He's a Tier 8 light tank in a Tier 10 game. In fact, it's a very, very Tier 10 game. A lot of very, very tough tanks on the enemy team. I'm just looking down. 3 E50s, 2 T54s, a lot of very, very nasty TDs on the enemy team, not to mention some very, very nasty Tier 10 heavy tanks. Both teams seem to be fairly even, a lot of good players on either side, so this should be a good game. And just while I'm going here, again, he's using an 85mm on the WZ-132, and again, I don't think that's the final gun. But 172mm of penetration, 200 alpha damage. Let's just get going. Now, Dreadshells plays on the NA server, and I have to say I love replays from the NA server because the names are awesome. I'm just looking and I can see top tier heavy on his team is called Pulled Pork Burger. What an awesome name. And he also has someone on his team called Oatmeal Cookies. Really, really interesting names. But anyway, moving on. Now he's going to be working the 1-2 lines, and I did feature a WZ game from Dreadshells in the past on your replays on Serene Coast, and he moved up. He was using the bush up here to do some early spotting, and it looks as if he's got a similar plan. But as I say, I'm a little bit worried. A lot of very, very tough tanks on the enemy team. But I know that Dreadshells has an absolutely amazing game, so T-54s, E-50s, very, very nasty tanks. They've got a good player in an RU-251 as well, but he does have some support over here, not a lot, and he's getting surrounded. There's an E-50 who's flanking, so Dreadshells is getting out of here. He's relocating, and that's what light tanks need to do. You can't take on medium tanks head-to-head, but nope. Okay, so he's taking damage, misses a shot in the move. It looks as if he's going on the attack on the E-50 because the E-50 is not focused on him. E-50 is ignoring him. Tunnel vision by the E-50. And Dreadshells is able to move in, take him out for kill number 1. Really, really bad tunnel vision by the enemy E-50, allowing Dreadshells an easy kill. And again, Dreadshells is getting out of there. Look how many nasty tanks are there. So he's using his speed, he's using his maneuverability, and he's relocating. So, as per usual, first time I'm seeing this game, and he's just got out of there. Okay, no? Okay, he's turning around again. He keeps me second guessing. Enemy team are advancing, so he's moving down. He's going to turn into a sniper, it looks like. But, nice relocating. Unfortunate to miss that shot in the T-54. But he does pick up a kill. There's kill number 2. So he's able to support the tanks on the 1-2 line. He did fire a couple of premium shots, but I don't blame him. He actually doesn't have very many premium shots loaded on this tank. But these tanks are giving him lots of opportunity for damage here. No more shots. He does have a kill on the T-54 if he can land it. And unfortunately misses. So the score is 3-5. His team are actually losing. They've lost 3 tier 10 tanks. No, scratch that. They're losing 3-6 at the moment. They just lost another tier 9. And again, Dreadshells must be wondering what he can do. He's relocating again, looking for potential targets. A lot of enemy tanks on the 1-2 lines, and there's really no point. Dreadshells doesn't have the armor, he doesn't have the hit points to try and stem the tide of enemy tanks that are coming down the 1-2 lines. So it does look as if he's relocating. He is looking for potential targets, might be going for arty. He is a light tank, remember, but he does get spotted. Okay, Waffenträger E100, not a tank you want to deal with, and a T-54 has come to hunt him down. So he's turning around. And it looks as if he's going to try and take on this T-54. Bounces his premium shot. A little bit of lag in the replay. And takes a big, well, not a big hit, but stock T-54. Lucky it was a stock T-54. But it does take him up to 3 kills. He's on 3 kills, but he's only done 1,000 damage so far. But again, the score is 4-6. And his team are not looking that healthy. And again, he could have gone for arty, but there is a Waffenträger E100 around that corner, so he's relocating again. Dreadshells showing some really, really nice map awareness. He's constantly moving, constantly trying to figure out where he can put his tank to the best use. So E50 gets taken out. There's a T-57 heavy. And a beautiful shot on the move as he came across the railway lines. But E5, there's another E50. So he's just taken another hit. He's now a 1-hit kill. But look at this. Circling a medium tank to death while in a light tank. A little bit lucky, a little bit fortunate. I mean, the Centurion 7-1 could have killed him, but look at this. He runs in, does his assassination job, takes out an enemy E50, puts a shot into a T-57 heavy, and then runs away to safety on the other side of the railway tracks. So again, he's going to poke up, looking for shots. He does have shots, a hint of a shot. But he's out of view range of these tanks. He's off their radar. He's moving up, seeing whether or not he can do anything else. Beautiful shot into the side of the E5, gets him spotted. Takes out the Centurion, puts a shot into the Centurion. I was just looking at chat. Apparently the Object 704 on his team has a problem with how Dreadshells was playing this game. And with that again, to put it in perspective, the 704 isn't the strongest of players. So basically, he put one shot into the Centurion. Centurion may have taken out the AMX 50B. The score is still 50-50. It's 12-11. And there's an IS-4 moving back to spawn. So Dreadshells doesn't need to worry about the 7-1. There's an IS-4 there to take care of it. He's going for more damage, looking for more XP. I have no idea where that shot went. But he's flanked the Waffenträger. And the Waffenträger's ignoring him. In fact, it looks as if the Waffenträger's on a reload. The Waffenträger is running for it rather than actually trying to engage. So just 2 enemy tanks left. We know the 7-1 was last advancing towards Dreadshell's spawn. That just leaves Arty. But Dreadshells is up to almost 2... He's over 2.5k damage. 4 kills. Spots Arty, gets spotted, but takes him out for kill number 5. So, I honestly can't say that Dreadshells stopped at all in this game. I think Dreadshells has been on the move since this game began. So Centurion 7-1 is down this side of spawn, and Dreadshells does have shots. So he does have shots. Dreadshells is on 5 kills. He's holding a shot. He wants Top Gun. And he gets it. Okay, can't say I hold very many shots, but I suppose it's a question of how often you find yourself on 5 kills with just 1 enemy tank left. Do you hold your shot and try and get Top Gun, or you just go for damage? But anyway, Dreadshells went for the Top Gun, and he got it. He finished up with 6 kills and 2.7k damage. So another exciting light tank game from Dreadshells. That was action-packed from start to finish. An ace tanker, not surprisingly. Top Gun as well. He finished top on XP with 1355. He did pick up his Top Gun. As I say, 2.7k damage and 6 kills. Yeah, I've been talking a lot. 22 shots fired, 17 hits and 16 penetrations. And again, I have the WZ-132. That does not seem like the final gun. It looks maybe as if Dreadshells prefers the second gun, or second last gun, because of the rate of fire. I'm not quite sure. But he spotted 3, damaged 9, destroyed 6, 172 assistance damage, and he actually ended up making a loss with a premium account. That may be because he fired a lot of premium ammo. I actually didn't keep an eye on the premium ammo counter. Didn't really notice, but in that sort of situation when he was up against a lot of tier 10s, most of the enemy team were tier 10s, and the remaining enemy team were very heavily armored medium tanks, E50s and T54s. I really can't blame him that much for firing premium ammo, but I didn't notice how much he fired. But unfortunate it was a loss, but it was still a really exciting game. Wasn't the first game of the day. He finished up with 2032 XP. So that was just 2 of the very good light tank replays that Dreadshells has sent in, and he has sent in a bunch. So you got your own video today. Be happy, Dreadshells, but I'm going to try and give other people a chance for the next couple of weeks before featuring you again. But some of those replays that I haven't actually recorded yet are amazing, so you'll definitely feature on the channel again in future. I just can't say when that will be. But I want to thank you guys at home for watching. I hope you enjoyed the replays, and I want to thank, as I say, Dreadshells for sending them in. I'll see you next time.